What's going on, guys? Today on Wrench Everyday, we're going to learn how to be cheap like Freddie.
What?
Real quick, before we get started, I wanted to give a special shout out to our sponsor today, which is Driveline. It's this awesome app that lets you find really awesome roads and share it with other gearheads. So stick around to the end of the video or check out the link in the description. But anyway, back to today's regularly scheduled program. So today we are working again on the 2014 Ford Focus ST. We're going to do some maintenance work on it, and I figured why not do a video to show you that you can do this stuff at home and save a lot of money.
How much money?
Listen, it is so much money that you can save. I called the dealership to get a quote on everything we're going to do today. Transmission fluid change, oil change, full synthetic, and a spark plug change. You're not going to believe how much it's going to cost.
I can't believe it.
At a dealership. So stick around. I'll tell you how much everything was at the end of the video.
I don't want to. Just tell me now.
We have transmission.
Andrew, tell me now.
We have transmission fluid. This is Redline. So okay, it's a manual transmission car, but Ford, in their infinite wisdom, decided that this thing needed to use dual clutch transmission fluid. So I had to overnight this from Japan.
Do you have one clutch in that car or multiple?
It's just one. It's and clutch.
Did you buy the wrong fluid?
No. Like I said, this is the right fluid.
Did the man at the store tell you that that's the fluid you need?
Japan for race wars. Then we have 6 quarts of delicious Motul 5W30.
It's not delicious, kids. Don't drink this. This is not a challenge.
Then I have the oil filter. This is not the OEM oil filter.
And we are also not sponsored by Ford Motorcraft.
So this is an oil filter that the ST community uses. It's a little larger, so it ups the oil capacity from 5.7 to 6 quarts, dead even. Yep. And then we have some Iridium spark plugs. These are actually a step colder for the motor to run.
Those Sparky boys, they're pretty darn cold.
Yeah, these are some cold, chilly Sparky boys.
Okay, so Andrew, how much can you save by doing all that yourself? So you bought all this stuff, right?
I did bought all of this ones. I bought them. So this was $20 a quart, so 40 bucks. Mm-hmm. This was, I believe, $60 for all 6 quarts.
Yeah.
And then 30 bucks for all 4 spark plugs. So
yeah,
60,
so
30.
130.
Yes. The dealership that I called quoted me close to $600 to do this at the delership.
And would they be using the same types of fluids, like synthetic and all that?
They would be using like the synthetic oil. It would be Ford Motorcraft, which is okay, it's fine. But because this is a high performance machine with at least 265 wheel horsepower, of course you want to step up the oil game.
Are you sure? I feel like that's a Ford Focus and not the high performance machine you're talking about.
Listen, man. Not all of us can afford Lamborghinis, okay?
I can afford a Lamborghini.
Because you're cheap and you buy them that were on fire.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
So potentially you could save more than $400 by doing this yourself. So that must mean that it's hard to do.
That is not true. Pretty much any oil change on almost any vehicle, other than the Mini Cooper, is really not very hard at all.
So do you need a lift like this, like the Bend Pack lift that I got in my shop?
You do if you've gone Hollywood.
Okay, so we've definitely gone Hollywood, but you don't actually need a lift like this.
You don't, not at all. Let's here we go to wrenching.
All right, since Andrew has not ever done this before, and I've done this literally once, we will try to get this thing in the air without getting it back on the ground. How's that, Andrew?
Good.
Good, okay. So what you want to do is get these on the pinch welds, and the pinch welds are on the 4 corners of the car, one right here, and the same on the other side.
There are actually arrows under the side skirt that tell you the location of the pinch welds.
Okay. Oh, arrows, yeah.
Yes,
right here.
Right there.
You wanna show the nice people the arrows? You can show them over there.
Probably not, because this is a really dark car. But just believe me, they're there. Use your imagination.
Yeah, have you ever seen an arrow before? It's like that. Okay, so I just put these out right here. Okay, do one like that. Then, that look beautiful.
You're doing a great job. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I'll do the rest of it from here after you get this thing on the lift. Don't you worry.
Gee, I sure am glad that you have a bad back, Andrew.
Thanks, man.
This is great.
I mean, I can do this. I just wanted to make sure that I would do it.
That's okay.
I'll do the other side. I'll do the other side.
Don't you bother. It's okay.
Okay, well, we're gonna do the same thing the other side. We'll get this bad boy up in the air.
And up she goes.
This is my first time having this car up on a lift. I've never
Mine
really.
too.
Oh, good. I've never had a chance to get under here and really inspect the car. So let's here we go.
All right, so underneath the car, it's actually pretty clean. This was a Florida car?
Well, yeah, and I also run it through the car wash like 5 times a week, and it sprays the underside of the car, so that might help a little bit too.
Yeah. It definitely shows. So Andrew's crappy fence post exhaust job is actually not that crappy. If you take a look right here, I'm guessing this is where the resonator or stock catalytic converter went. Actually, no, the stock cat is up there. You still have the stock cat on there. This is probably a second cat, or maybe this is the main cat, maybe that's pre-cat. Who knows? I don't really work on Ford Focuses. Kind of beneath me. So
actually, this one's above you.
This one's above me. This one's above me. That was a joke, by the way. Don't write in the comments. I'm perfectly fine with Ford. What'd you do to me, Andrew? Did you put a spell on me?
Put a spell on you.
What say you, apparition? So this is actually not that bad. It is mild steel, and what I don't like is right here when it dips down to a smaller diameter. So this is probably 2 1/4 inch. Something like that, and goes from 2 1/2 inch or 2 3/4 to 2 1/2 to 2 1/4, and then it goes down and then just goes right out the exhaust. Right here, you can see that Andrew's pops and crackles, poops and crookles, they had a little bit of an effect over here. Not too bad, but definitely.
Well, I want to get rid of this exhaust anyways and get a proper exhaust that doesn't look like crap and sound. Well, you really can't make these cars sound good, but I just want something that sounds a little better.
Okay, cool. So if you have an exhaust for a Ford Focus, then hit your boy up because he needs more free parts. So let's
apply within. Send an email to iwrencheveryday@gmail.com.
All right, this is actually kind of cool. The turbo sits back here, and there's a lot of space for. I'm not gonna say for activities, but there's a lot of space.
For activities.
There's a lot of space back here that you can get the turbo out, but what's kind of interesting and also a weird design is that this is a steel pipe, and that goes underneath the very hot engine, and I've never really seen it like that. Maybe newer cars do that, I'm not sure, but it goes underneath the engine into this little divot here next to the oil pan, and it goes into the intercooler, which I believe is a front mount, correct?
It is.
Okay, but
it's very small and
it's very
ineffective.
small and it doesn't do anything, and you need more boost. You need more boost in your life, Andrew.
You're right, I do.
So that's going to need to be changed to a hard pipe or something in the future, but we're not doing that right now. What we want to do is the oil change, and Andrew's going to do the oil change, but just in case Andrew doesn't know how to do it, here's how you do it. Right here is the oil drain plug, bolt, plug, and you just loosen that guy. It looks like it's been loosened before, and it's had some RTV on it for some reason, and you just loosen that, oil comes out, wait till it drains out, you close that up, and then you fill up with oil. Also, the oil filter, which is really accessible right here, the Ford Motorcraft filter. Did you use the same filter right here?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the filter. Screw that off. Some oil comes out, and then you should be good for the oil change. Now the transmission is a little bit different. I'm looking back there like this is a real drag car. There's no transmission. There's nothing going on back there. Past this, this is the reverse mullet. Party in the front, business in the back. Or no, actually party and business in the front and nothing in the back. So
cargo.
Well, yeah.
Cargo in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Cargo beep beep. So, how do you do this?
You just drain the transmission fluid, man.
From where? Right here. Okay, so you drain it right there, which is a really accessible place, and that's a bad place to have it. So you just drain transmission. Do you know where you put in the transmission
Yeah,
fluid?
I'm looking for the fill plug right now.
Fill plug should be on the top. That should probably be there because you don't want to drain it from, you don't want to fill it from the bottom. That's all for fluids, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So get on that. I'm gonna go to lunch.
All right, so I told Freddie to get out of here so I can just get some work done. So I'm gonna start with an oil change. I'm gonna need a breaker bar. Okay, so I forgot to turn the camera on. Really good at this YouTube thing. Grab the breaker bar, gonna let it drain for a few minutes, and I'll grab the filter. Next up, we're gonna install the new filter. It's really simple. You'll just wanna get a fresh layer of oil around the seal here so that it,
Hello, Wizard. My DeLorean could use a little love. I think it needs plugs. It's running a little rough.
this is a private shop, man. We don't work on customer cars.
You're not the Wizard?
The Wizard?
Wizard.
Oh,
David.
no. I'm typically either a barbarian or a fighter. I don't really like spells. They take too long to roll.
No, car wizard. David Long, you've got the beard of knowledge. It's just blue eyes, glasses.
Do you mind? I was,
Oh, sure. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, I was just, my bad. Sorry, people.
So, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, we want to get a little fresh oil on the seal here, just to ensure that we don't get any leaks. And then the filter goes right on. I said the filter goes right on. I said the filter goes right on. There we go. Yeah, see, right there. Filter goes right on. Bada bing, bada boom. That's a nice little filter. Okay, up next is the transmission fluid. There are two drain plugs, one that's up here and one that's right here. This is the drain plug, the one up there is the fill plug. What I want to try and do is undo the fill plug first so that we don't have a vacuum. And then undo the drain plug so that the fluid flows freely. Ooh, kind of smacked myself in the face, but it's all right. Sometimes you need to smack yourself in the face. You know what I mean? And we're off. Nice. Ford, this is a terrible design. Just wanted to let you know. So Freddie left me this less than optimal fluid pump to get the new transmission fluid into my car. However, I'm borrowing something from one of the neighboring shops. It's a nice little makeshift fluid pump, runs off of a battery. So I'm going to use this little guy to put the new fluid into the transmission once I do up the drain plug. So huge thanks to the shop next door for letting me borrow their little pump. They saved me an immeasurable amount of time. I have the drain and fill plugs tightened back up. I have the oil drain plug tightened back up. So now I'm gonna drop the car, pour in the oil, and then it's time to move on to some spark plugs. Feeling good, feeling real good. Man, my tires are really bald. Okay, so we just want to check for leaks under the car. That oil was already there. We'll check again once the car is running. Last but not least, it's time to throw in some new plugs. Now these plugs are a step colder than OEM because I'm sure, as you've known, through me whining and complaining the entire time you've seen this car on the channel, is that it heat soaks really bad. So a step colder plug will help to dissipate the heat in the cylinder itself. And then once I put that in tandem with an intercooler and a few other delicious cool mods, it will be good. It'll be good. So before I throw in the new plugs, I just wanted to show you the old ones. Notice how all four of them are equally worn. There are no plugs that stand out from one another, so all four cylinders are firing correctly. And this is just further proof for any of you naysayers that your stratified pops and crackle tune is going to ruin your car. It's fine. now comes my favorite part of the whole process, the test drive. We want to be able to give the car a nice hard shakedown to make sure that nothing is acting up, the car is running correctly. And to do that, I'm going to find some roads that are good to do 0 to 60 pulls on, thanks to our sponsor, Driveline.
And its sole purpose is to help you discover the joy of just driving. Driveline allows you to map out your favorite driving roads and classify them based on style, like backroad blast, hill climb, 0 to 60 pulls, or even cruise. On your profile, you can share your cars, your maps, you can earn points towards contests and giveaways, you can even share videos of your drives. You can use the search function to find roads in any given area by radius and style. You can review the maps, the videos, the comments, the likes. You can even follow the people that created the route.
So if you're looking to be an active member of a community full of drivers and enthusiasts, you have to have Driveline. It's a necessity. Head over to the Apple App Store right now and download it. Okay, so I've got a nice open stretch of road. I've got it in third gear. I'm gonna punch it and see if the car misfires or does anything strange due to improperly gapped spark plugs. Here we go. She seems mighty healthy to me. Oh boy! So the gain in performance that I'm feeling is not because I have colder plugs. It's because the plugs that I had were in the car for at least 40,000 miles, potentially more. So she's gained her kick. She's gained back her punch. She feels good. She feels like she wants to go real fast. The gearbox is performing exactly as it should. I'm not feeling any difference, but either way I have peace of mind knowing that I have a fresh batch of trans fluid in there and I'm good for at least another 80,000 miles. Maybe I shouldn't go that long between trans fluid changes. So overall the car is running great. Everything is working as it should. And I am definitely feeling more of a kick from the old butt dyno because of those fresh plugs.
And that right there is a job done. Spark plugs, trans fluid, motor Earl.
Seriously, guys, work on your own cars. Saves you time, it saves you money. 2.5 hours, $150 as opposed to who knows how long at a dealership for $600. That's, just do it. Just do it.